Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's a beautiful fall day today. It's probably 55 degrees, sunny, and we're supposed to get up to 60 and 65 in the next couple days. So a fescue ought to keep growing for the next couple days. Even when it's winter, fescue still grows. I think it's like 10 pounds per acre per day, even when it's basically freezing. So, but anyway, so with this nice weather the next couple days, fescue ought to keep growing and give us, I don't know, a couple more days of grazing. So anyway, in today's video, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people have mentioned in the comments and I've gotten a lot of questions about, and that is why are your calves so friendly? How did you get them so friendly? And is there any special way to get your animals to like you more? And so first I'm going to talk about some of the benefits, some of the good things and reasons why I want some of them friendly and why I don't want others friendly. And then after that, I think my camera's having a problem focusing here. And then after that, I'm going to talk about some of the negatives and which ones I don't want to be friendly and why, you know, calves that follow you around all day, they're not always a good thing. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get into it. So as many of you know, I have a mixture of steers and heifers in this field. Bottle calves, all of them are bottle calves if you guys have been paying attention for any time at all. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping heifers or not, but because I never knew what I was going to be doing for sure, I wanted all my heifers to be calm. Whether I kept them as cows or someone else uses them as cows, no one likes a wild animal, especially wild cows that you're going to be working with. So, hey, that's a steer too. All of these calves I can walk pretty close to. Not all of them I can pet though, and that's because most of the steers I don't want them to be calm. I don't want them to really like me. And the reason for that is they're going to be feeder calves. Someone else is going to buy them, and feedlot doesn't want to mess with calves that, you know, suck on them and get in the way and won't move and all that. So number two is really friendly calves can be pretty dangerous. And even though not all of these are super friendly, when I dump one bucket of grain first and I'm trying to get the others, I'll have 40 calves trying to knock me over. They don't give a rip whether I'm there or not. They're going to smash me and treat me like an equal. And they will try to get to the grain. They don't really care what happens. They don't care if they step on you, kick you, headbutt you out of the way. They're just after the grain. So it can get pretty dangerous if all your calves are friendly. Like I said, pretty much any bottle calf, they're going to be friendly enough to hurt you in some way. So as I said, I want all my heifers to be friendly, and the way I did that, when they were bottle calves and when they were in the pen, when they were younger getting milk, I would pet every single one of these calves at least once per day. Then after they got weaned, I kind of quit doing that. But the heifers especially, I would make sure to give them extra time and work with them a little bit extra, pet them more. Walk around at the pen with them, just get them used to my presence and me walking around them, and me petting them on the head and things like that. And I do that every single day just to make sure they turned out calm. I'll watch them. So here's a heifer, and here's a heifer. That one's a steer. He may let me pet him. I don't know. Nope. But yeah, as you can tell, you know, they let me pet them. Not all the heifers are this friendly, but for the most part, probably half or more. So 10 or more of the heifers I can walk up and pet them just fine. So, and the reason why this is something I would like to have on all my cows is if any of these are sick, if any of these are, I don't know, if any of them need a vaccine and I don't want to get them in, I can walk right up to them. I can poke them with a needle, give them a shot, and they're done. I don't have to walk them all the way back to the corral. I don't have to drive the whole herd. I don't have to get them all worked up and stressed out. All I got to do is do it out in the field, walk up to them, you know, act like I'm petting them, and slip the needle in before they know it. And all these calves, I poured them with dewormer. I poured all of them out here, didn't have to get them in the chute. I dumped some grain. Like I said, they don't give a rip whether I'm there or not when there's grain. So I just walked behind all of them. I poured every single one of them while they were sitting here out here in the field. Never had any of them run away from me just because they're focused on grain, and they really don't care about me when there's grain. So they're all that friendly. I know beef calves, that's not always the case. You're gonna have some wild ones and you won't be able to do that. But some of you may be wondering, hey, I don't have bottle calves, I just have beef heifers, and I want them to calm down some. Cattle, they are all creatures of habit, and so if I walk out in some of our cattle pastures now, a lot of them are gonna run away. But if I kept doing that every single day for a month, you know, probably 15 days in, they would quit running from you. And then after that, you could get pretty close to them, and then, you know, by 30 days, they're calmed down. You won't be able to pet them, but they'll be calm enough you can get close to them like this. And not all of them, of course. There's always gonna be some that stay afraid of you, but the point is, you get them used to something, they'll be fine with it. So that's one way you can calm them down just a little bit if you have really wild animals. You also have to have a good fence, because those first couple days, you may get the whole herd running towards the fence and not be able to slow them down, and you may have to put a new fence in and get cows off your neighbor's property. But for me, you know, obviously these are on the bottle, and I know some people, they don't want their animals to be very friendly because they find calves sucking on their clothing and following them around to be annoying. I don't mind it too much, but another thing is, I've heard people that halter break them, and then once you get them on a halter, you can manipulate the animal any way you want, put them wherever you want. But at the same time, you can start petting them and getting them used to you and all that. So I know a couple of people that will put their calves on a halter and they'll tie them up to a post, walk out there a couple times a day and just pet them and get them used to being touched and all that, and then, you know, calm them down in a couple weeks. That's how one guy I know, that's how he does it, and he basically raises calves like I do. So he just doesn't pet them when they're young. So that is one step you can take if you just have a wild beef calf. I know a lot of people that show animals, they'll halter break an animal and they'll be calm after that, but it's just that initial process of getting them halter broke that can be difficult. So as you can tell, I'm hanging out with all of them out here. They're not acting stressed, they're not watching me much. They're just sitting here enjoying themselves, chewing their cud. So there is one other thing that can be quite dangerous with really calm calves. I'll see if I can find her. She's way over here. We will take a look at this white-faced heifer up here. She's one that's pretty friendly. I don't know why she's extra friendly, but she is. And it looks like she's got some drainage on one eye. That's another thing. I can walk around all these calves. I can see how well they're doing, see if they're healthy or not. While I'm at it, I'm taking a vet science class, and partially because I needed it, and I also heard it was easy if you've grown up on a farm, so I took it. And I will say I've learned some interesting things. You can see her hair right there. You can see she's licked herself, and this is something I've never really paid attention to. He told us, which he's a vet, and he goes, an easy way to tell if your calves are feeling good and healthy is see if they've licked themselves on their sides. He's doing it right now. He claims that sick calves, they're not going to have those spots on them. Obviously, yeah, when a calf is hanging its head down and they're feeling really terrible, they're not going to be doing that. But he claims even if they're not feeling well, if their stomach hurts, something like that, they will not be licking their backs and grooming themselves. Oh, just a fun fact there that I didn't really know, even though I'd grown up around cows my whole life. Never really thought about it, but that's something you can look for just to make sure your calves are doing well. But she, though, I'll get back on topic here. She could have injured me pretty bad the other day. I was walking out here, I don't remember what I was up to, but I knew she was following me, and I knew she kept biting my shirt, pulling on me, you know, normal bottle calf behavior. And so I just thought I had a little buddy for the day. She was following me around, and luckily I don't know, I guess I was aware of what was going on, but I was paying attention enough to realize that her brisket was coming right towards my head, and she apparently got the good idea to try to mount me, and her brisket and her legs got up to my shoulder. They bumped me in the shoulder, pushed me, and I just kept moving to get out of the way. So that's one thing. I know that's not a common issue people have with cows, but she apparently thought I was another cow that she wanted to jump on. So if she would have landed on my shoulder, if I was a little bit shorter and she could have actually put all of her weight on my shoulder, there would have been a much different outcome. Luckily nothing happened. I didn't get injured, but something to be careful about and pay attention. So even though she's really friendly, you got something like that going on, you know, one's trying to mount each other, they'll run into you, do stuff like that. So the thing is, when these guys are in the corral, as you guys noticed hopefully from the vaccine video, we still were able to drive them. The steers, since they're not as friendly, we can still drive them like normal cows. And the heifers will normally follow because they're still part of the herd. They'll follow where the herd goes. And so if we can get the steers to go and go somewhere, drive them where we want, heifers will normally follow. We don't have to push them or anything like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm gonna enjoy the nice weather for the next couple days while I can, before it turns into winter. And anyway, I'm gonna head back to the house, grab some grain and feed these guys before I go in. But I just thought I'd show you guys today just how peaceful and relaxing it can be when you have some calm animals out in the field. I don't know, I enjoy spending time out here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. With that being said, I will see you guys next time.